Let's talk about Trump's mass deportation plan. He keeps talking about wanting to deport 10, 20, 30 million people. He's promising the largest forced removal of people in American history. The real number of undocumented immigrants in the United States right now is about 11 million. But let's be serious. The cost and chaos of removing that many people would devastate this country. So let me break it down for you. Let's start with the cost. Deporting about 1 million people a year would cost an estimate of $88 billion per year. Over 10 years, that's nearly $1 trillion. Now, if they try to ramp up the effort and deport more people per year, that's where the $315 billion per year comes in. So let me tell you why this is so expensive. The first thing you need to do is hire more ICE agents. The American Immigration Council estimates that ICE would have to hire about 30,000 new officers to be able to deport 1 million people per year. And that would turn ICE into the largest law enforcement agency in the entire country. That is 5 times the size of its current workforce. But then you also need detention centers. Right now, ICE can detain about 4,000 people at a time. Now, to meet Trump's plans, they would need detention centers capable of holding between 50,000 and 70,000 people. And obviously, building and maintaining these facilities would cost hundreds of billions of dollars. But then there's also the issue of transportation, because deportations don't happen magically. Moving millions of people requires planes, buses, infrastructure, right? We need to add into that the legal system overload, because every person that is about to be deported is entitled to a court hearing. And right now, before this plan is put into place, the immigration courts already have a backlog of over 1.8 million cases. So to handle the increased caseload, you would need to hire thousands and thousands of new judges, lawyers, court staff, and that adds more costs to this plan. But then there's also the human toll, right? Because there's millions of families in the US with mixed status, which means that some of the members in the family are citizens and others are not. Deporting parents would rip families apart. We're talking about kids going to school, coming back, and having their parents be gone. Entire industries would collapse overnight because of this plan. Deporting millions of workers would affect industries like farming, construction, hospitality. Let's talk about the economy. Seriously, food prices would skyrocket because farms wouldn't have enough workers. Housing costs would go up because construction slows down. Restaurant and tourism industries would take a massive hit as well, leading to job losses and closures that affect US citizens. And let's not forget this part. Undocumented immigrants contribute billions of dollars a year in state and federal taxes. Look, in 2022 alone, undocumented immigrants paid about $75 billion into federal and state taxes. They also pay Social Security and Medicare, which they cannot benefit from. So deporting these people means all this money disappears. And guess who ends up paying the difference? We do. Here's the thing though, if we take the money out and we pretend that we have all the money to do all the things that I mentioned, this is logistically impossible. The United States has never deported over 230,000 people in a single year. Deporting millions is unrealistic, and it's also a nightmare. So what's the alternative? Putting undocumented immigrants on a path to a legal status, to citizenship. You know what effect that would have? It would grow our economy. The estimate is that it would grow by $1.7 trillion over the next decade. It would create new jobs, raise wages for all workers, and strengthen our communities. So this isn't just about immigration. It's about who we are as a country. Mass deportation is cruel, it's chaotic, and as I mentioned, extremely expensive. Now, if you watched this far, I'm sure you want to know how we can stop this. And honestly, I don't have a concrete answer to give you right now, but now you know that this is at the top of my mind, and I'm going to be doing research about this. And if you hear about possible solutions to block this from happening, please let me know. And the other thing that I would like to ask you is to please spread the word so more people are aware of what the plan is and how it would devastate this country.